Have you ever wondered what would happen if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning? No warnings, no gradual slowdown, just stop. In an instant, everything on the planet would be thrown into unimaginable chaos. This is what it would look like if Earth suddenly stopped spinning. Right now, even though you can't feel it, you're spinning with the planet. At more than 1,600 kilometers per hour near the equator. That's faster than the speed of sound. If the Earth stopped instantly, everything not firmly anchored to the ground would keep moving eastward. Cars, trees, buildings, even the oceans. Cars would tumble like toys. Skyscrapers would snap apart. Entire cities would be flattened in seconds. The oceans would be the first to react. Billions of tons of water would rush eastward, forming walls of water hundreds of meters high. Mega tsunamis would strike coastlines, obliterating everything in their path. Coastal cities would vanish beneath waves taller than skyscrapers. Inland areas would drown for hundreds of kilometers. The face of the Earth would be rewritten in minutes. And the air, it wouldn't stop either. The atmosphere would keep spinning, creating winds faster than any hurricane in history. Mountains would shred those winds into violent shock waves. Dust, sand, and fire would rage across continents for a brief and horrifying moment. Our planet would be wrapped in chaos. Then, silence. The world would slow into a terrifying stillness. With no rotation, there would be no day or night cycle. Half of Earth would face the sun forever, a blazing land of fire and endless daylight. The other half would be trapped in eternal night, a frozen wasteland of ice and darkness. Temperatures on the bright side would soar above 120 degrees Celsius, while the dark side would plunge below -100. Only a narrow twilight strip, where day meets night, might be barely survivable. But the disaster wouldn't stop there. The Earth's spin powers its magnetic field, generated by molten iron churning in its core. Without rotation, that movement would slow, then stop. Our magnetic shield would collapse, exposing the planet to deadly solar radiation. Auroras would vanish, satellites would fry, and our atmosphere would slowly leak into space. As the atmosphere weakens, the climate would collapse. On the day side, oceans would boil into thick clouds. On the night side, air would freeze and fall as snow. Plants would die. Ecosystems would collapse. The food chain would crumble. Humanity would be forced underground, hiding in shelters from a sky that no longer protects us. Yet, humans are survivors. Over time, small communities might form in the twilight zone, that thin line between eternal day and endless night. There, temperatures could hover around a livable 15 degrees Celsius. Solar power from the bright side and frozen water from the dark side could sustain life. A fragile balance between fire and ice. Our last refuge on a motionless planet. Thankfully, this nightmare could never happen suddenly. The Earth's rotation is slowing, but only by a few milliseconds per century. It would take billions of years for our planet to ever stop completely. But in distant galaxies, some exoplanets already live this way. One side scorched in endless light and the other frozen in endless darkness. For them, this what-if is reality. The rotation of our planet may seem ordinary, but it's what keeps every ocean, every breeze, and every life form in balance. If it ever stopped, we'd lose more than motion. We'd lose the rhythm that makes life possible. So the next time you feel the wind or watch a sunrise climb over the horizon, remember, it's all because Earth never stops spinning. But what if Earth spins right out of orbit? That is another story for another episode.